Hi everyone, my name is Britton Klein and welcome to a special edition of Marketing Minutes by Scuba Diving Industry Magazine. And today we're joined with Jerry. Jerry, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do in the industry?
Well, I guess might as well start at the beginning, huh?
Sure thing.
I learned to dive when I was 17 years old and got infected immediately. And 10 years later, I was selling snorkels and wetsuits.
Beautiful.
And that was 1976, so
There we go.
I go back a ways.
There it is.
And the industry has grown so much and changed so much in those years. It's almost, in one way, it's almost unrecognizable, but in another way, it's still the same basic draw and fun and action that it's always been.
Absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I got this guy to blame for getting me into the sport when I was 10 years old. So, I mean, a lot like you, I feel like I was infected as well, you know, with the spirit and all that. So with that being said, you know, I know the dive industry, it makes you, it sure does make you feel a whole lot, but what could you tell me about how maybe how important it could be to be working with your local dive shops and staying in tune with the dive retailers out there in the world?
Dive shops are the front door to the whole sport,
right?
And it's also the beginning and end of the industry. It is so important to have that relationship. I mean, after all, people walk into a dive shop and they sign up if they trust that store, if they trust those people behind the counter.
Definitely.
They look at it as they are trusting their life into this instructor's hands, and it's just an incredible relationship that's formed. And if hopefully you stay in touch with them, maybe even do trips with them, certainly buy your gear from them.
Absolutely.
It's all a part of making this a great sport and a great industry.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I couldn't agree more, you know, and like you said, I grew up and real young in the sport, and I was blessed enough to be a part of a previous dive show, and I ran into my dive instructor, Liz Parkinson, and you see the face, but you haven't seen the face in a long time, but at the time the face meant a whole great deal. And,
absolutely.
Yeah, so I definitely hear you on that, but that's so fantastic. But what could you tell me about maybe what you've been up to in these last couple months? Traveling or?
Well, the last couple months were a bit unusual because I just took off. It was sort of adult backpacking.
Right.
And went to Singapore to start with and hung around and did the sites there, then went over to Malaysia, went to Kuala Lumpur, and then up to Georgetown, which is an old British 1800s part of the city. And
it's incredible.
Then we went to Thailand.
Oh, okay.
Went to Phuket, and then we found an island 30 miles off the coast with a nice little resort, beautiful beach. Took off, went there. Incredibly huge value for money. I mean, we were getting 5-star hotel rooms for under $100.
You can't beat that.
And so we just kept doing it and kept going to more places and finding new adventure.
Definitely. Wow, man, that's so fantastic. Well, I can't tell you how much we appreciate your time and your perspective as well, and who you are in the industry. We just value you so much, and so again, we appreciate your time, and we hope you have a great rest of the show.
Thanks a lot.
Our pleasure.
Appreciate being here.
My pleasure.